Hello and welcome to another Bandai Star Wars model kit review. This is 1/12 scale Battle Droid and Stap. This actually came out back in 2016, but I think I got it last year, at least half a year. No, probably a year ago in 2017. I've only just finished giving it final touches on the paint job and stuff. And so there's not going to be any painted update, much like General Grievous. I've already painted it, so I'm just going to go right into it as it is right now. And so yeah, like I said, I got it last year, so you can probably get one of these quite easily because these model kits are, reproduced more than once. So inside this box, you got some, descriptions and stuff. No English on this box, so the later model kits have English on it. And showing, hey, you can plug C-3PO's head on it and stuff, and showing you a bit more details. On the other side of the box shows you, well, for once, it doesn't actually show you the exact size of the model kit because it has to squeeze the Stap in there. Would have thought that they would just print the entire Battle Droid in 1:1 scale on the back of the box, but nope, I guess they haven't done that. You'll have a sticker sheet or optional water slide decal. As you see here, I did use a bit of it. I used this for the binoculars, just to stick it in there. I didn't want to bother painting it. And these two sort of scratch lines. And this on top, because I just got a bit lazy. I was like, I'm not going to paint that, I'm just sick as a vine. It's like just General Grievous because there are more steps in here instead of just like a fold out paper. This is actually a booklet with like staple in the middle for the instructions. Very easy to follow, just more steps because there's more going on. And on the back you have a full paint guide and display guide, so that's quite cool. It actually has a few extra pieces of accessories. Like I said, you got the binoculars where I stuck the sticker in there, get the red glow, just gave it a basic cream spray over, so I didn't actually do any painting as such, I just sprayed it. We have next to hole there for the stand, whatever. We have his antennas in closed mode, so you got these two tiny silver bits there, super tiny. If we remove the backpack on the droid, you can have this optional piece to stick in there. It's a little bit bent there, I can just straighten that up. And we of course have the extra neck pieces to replace it with a C-3PO head. Not sure what this neck piece is though, I can't quite remember. And this is a shoulder pad for when you're not using the backpack. And this is like for the stand, stage check stands, etc, etc. So you got a lot of little bits and pieces. One of these stands that you can connect to other model kit stands if you want to. So here are both of the droids, and this is the SH Figuarts Geonosian droid that I got for super cheap and also reviewed for 150 Hong Kong dollars. This one cost me with the Stap for 228, so I think this one's a bit of a better deal. But of course you do have to like build this and assemble it and paint it and all that. So now for the most part the overall joints are very similar. There's a few minor differences here and there. For example, the feet there, the hinge is actually on display, whereas this one's hidden inside the foot. So the joints for the most part hidden, but of course that also means he's got slightly less articulation. And for some reason my feet here are very, very loose. So probably if you build one of these, you want to like thicken it, just add a bit extra spray or something just to pick it up, or a little bit of super glue and keep moving it until it's a bit thicker. So that's really loose, and Battle Droid's pretty much unable to stand on his own. That's why I'm holding him up. He doesn't even have a hole anywhere for like with that extra attachment, he doesn't have like a plug for a Tenchi stand or something. So yeah, and you see the details a bit different. I don't know if that's just because this one's Geonosian one and they look a bit different anyway, but the overall details here are a lot more. The joints are thinner and finer overall, and neck joint as well, but they still have very similar stuff. Like I said, the joints are the same place. They even have these shoulder pad things are the same on each other. So this one of course feels more solid as well because it is a Figuarts. It's like the same weight because they're Battle Droids and it's so skinny, but I feel like there's more stuff going on here. And he's got a whole piece there that you replace for the long extended antenna, whereas this one you just almost replacing. You just unplug these or you replace the backpack if you want that. It even has this little bit there, just like the. Here we go. This little hinge there, that's the same as this one. So yeah, honestly, really, really minor details. I'm glad I got this for $150, but that's really cheap, just clearing stock and all that. But I'm also glad I got this one for the original color as well as having a Stap bike to go on with it. And so the difference with the SH Figuarts. The SH Figuarts one, that generation one, comes with a C-3PO head, of course, just for funsies, I guess. And they also have the same gun, but again, the lining on the gun on the Figuarts is thinner than, ever so slightly thinner, ever so slightly different than this. So they're not the same molds. And I can understand that, but for a model kit, you want the plastic to be slightly thick in different places because you're still expecting the user, the buyer, to build it, and you don't want it to be too thin and hard to build like that. Still, unless you have them side by side, I still think this is super thin. I still think this is super good because, for example, articulation, you know, you can. So a pretty cool neck joint. Like I said, you got the shoulder pads there, and the arm is actually on a double hinge, so you actually do a bit of shoulder action, just like a regular action figure. And the hand goes up, upper rotation here, a lot of rotating joint there, and another rotation here. So there's a lot of stuff here. There's ball joint here, and hinges for the fingers, so you can do a lot of different expressive hand movements. I am a stupid robot. And then here, this is really cool. You know, see he's also moving there. You see his hinges moving along with it. So he's got a rotating joint there ever so slightly. Rotating joint here is a lot better on the figure art, to be honest, but he can still move just ever so slightly here. So that's good. It is still there. It's just a bit more limited than you know, the figure arts. Ball joints for the upper legs. That's awesome. So we do more dynamic poses. Single knee joint, and like I say, got the hinge there, and slightly left and right snap there, but ever so slightly. Can't remember when I was building this. I think I snapped something, but I can't remember what it was. I think it's one of these feet, so I'm a little bit worried. So I'm not gonna bother going into too much about that. But as it is right now, I don't feel like this needs any weathering because in the movie it's all CGI, so this looks like it does in the movie. The entire body just gave it its basic spray, and even the eyes you don't need to paint because that is like a different piece of plastic underneath that gives it that black eye look. I'm quite pleased with it's got the transparent stand there, whatever. And yeah, I am really quite pleased with this. Let me just take it off the stand for a moment. I've sprayed this whole thing in that brown spray. I applied the stickers, of course. Gave it that metallic spray here with a little bit of transparent black, so silver leaf and transparent black, and a gloss finish. I did break this, but I've used plastic cement on that, and I think it's melted back together quite well. So these bits are quite fragile. Okay, so I did break one of those. And same with all the other details, as long as it's that kind of thing, you know it is. Now I did miss bits of the plastic, not for the brown, I didn't spray it, but I'm okay with that because it gives it a nice gradient, like it's a bit unfinished or a bit messed up, a bit dirty. I'm okay with it. Like the original brown plastic is kind of like a rusty brown, so I think that turns out okay. Now obviously that's just me excusing myself, like, no, I don't want to paint it anymore, I'm too lazy. But if you paint this, you can sort of see the original colour. It's a bit too plasticky brown, but just get the regular brown spray and then give it a matte finish, and there you go. You got something quite nicely. Now, I did build this a long time ago, and I'm not as good as building it as I was back then. It's amazing how much you can improve just by keep doing it, and within a year or so, so many techniques are so different. So I still didn't bother sanding these down. I didn't have the right tools for it. I didn't bother. But apart from that, well, this has been built quite well. And the Battle Droid can ride his Stap quite easily. Now the Battle Droid, to how I painted him, some of the joints are a little bit too tiny. He's a little bit fiddly to get onto the Stap itself, but once he's on there, he's quite secure, mostly because there are little pegs on the feet area to peg him in and then just get his hands onto the handlebars, and he's quite secure, so that's great. If you just want him on display, it's pretty good. Now, like I say, these bits are a little bit thin there, and I kind of snapped it, which makes it even weaker. In fact, the plastic cement's not holding, and it's already snapped a bit again. Not completely off, but it snapped a bit again while putting him on there, so that's going to be irritating for me. So when you do build this, do be careful and don't break that bit. I'm going to try and find something to reinforce it. Maybe I'll just put a glob of super glue and then just fill in the gaps. I don't know, do something with it to make it more secure, but otherwise it should be fine. And of course you can put your Figure Arts Battle Droid on the Stap if you want to, but there's no pegs underneath the Figure Arts Battle Droid, and of course the feet are a little bit smaller than this version of the Battle Droid, so he's technically he can ride it, but he's not going to be secure on it because it's not going to be plugged in or pegged in. Same with any other figure you want to put on this, it's not going to work too well. So at this scale, apart from the Figure Arts, if you want the Stap and the Battle Droid, this is the best way to get it at this scale. And of course, if you don't care about the Stap, the Battle Droid is better, although this color, the Battle Droid Figure Arts, I'm not sure where you can get it anymore. I don't see it in the streets, and it's probably going to be quite expensive. And honestly, I was just quite lucky to get the Geonosian one for quite cheap. I think that you can still get that from Figure Toy. in some Pro. Like they still have a few of them, maybe in like the bargain bin or discount corner. So yes, I don't think Black Series has battle droids because it might be a bit too hard for Hasbro to pull off. So if you want a battle droid to go with your Black Series figures or any other figure arts, this is the one to get. Like I said, unless you can find any figure arts one, which is going to be quite expensive. So get this one. This one's cheap. But I don't recommend this for people who have never built a model kit before. At least have some practice with some Bandai model kits. Get some cheap Gundams first before trying to build this. Because like I said, even for me, like, I mean, I built this a year ago, but I've still built quite a lot of model kits and I still broke a few areas. So that can be quite annoying. And I guess if I was to build this again, I would do it differently. I won't spray it until I actually finish building it because some of the joints are a little bit too tight on the droid, and which makes him posing a little bit more annoying when putting him onto the bike. But because my feet's a little bit damaged, it's a bit loose there. That's it really. So looks great, plays great, just a little bit more on the fragile side. So be careful when you build yours. Subscribe, suggest, and comment below, and of course, take care and have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.